Hey everyone, and welcome. Ollie, aka the Flow Bro here, and today I'm going to show you something fun. As you might know, DeFi on Flow is exploding, and we're becoming EVM equivalent. So that's going to see a lot of TVL and exciting applications pop up, tons of DeFi primitives getting created. I thought it would be awesome to show how in Flow, pre EVM coming into the picture, you can launch your own token and how to get it listed on IncrementFi, the primary DEX in the Flow ecosystem. This is a purely educational video, not financial advice. Really just want to show you how all the tools work end to end. And this kind of material is relevant for if you're making a utility token. It's relevant for making a governance token. For the purposes of this video though, of course, we are going to make a meme coin. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is type in Toucans flow, go to the Toucans site. So Toucans is a no-code tool built by Emerald Academy. Absolutely love it. The user experience is second to none. And we're not going to have to write a single line of code to get our token launched. First thing I want to do is create DAO. You're going to have to connect your wallet. If you haven't already created a wallet, I highly recommend using Flow Wallet or Flow Reference Wallet. You could find it on the Chrome store. It's also coming out on iOS devices. And similar to Toucans, it has an incredible user experience, so definitely want to get that. I'm going to connect my wallet. Whoa, all right, so what do I want to do? Do I just want to create a DAO or a DAO and a token? Well, because I want to launch a token, I'm going to go with DAO and token. What will the name of it be? Let's think. Well, as we all know, the best types of meme coins are the ones with the strongest meme game. So two of my absolute favorite memes out there are Wojak and Pepe. For the purpose of, this one, we're going to go with Pepe. Because this is for educational purposes, I'm going to make a complete joke coin. Do not buy this token. I'm telling you, do not go to Increment and buy it. It sucks. You know what? In fact, let's call it, I don't know. Let's call it suck. What sucks? Vampire suck. So let's call it vampire. And then maybe it'll be vampire. Oh, yeah. Let's call it the DAO and the contract name vampire. Logo, it needs to have a strong, meme game. So I'm gonna put in the vampire Pepe. And as a banner, oh shoot, I don't have a banner. I guess I could change this later. I'll just put in vampire Pepe as well. Description. What do you do with vampires? You stake vampires. Stake it to make it. All right, gonna ignore the long description. Let's go next. Website, don't got that. Twitter, absolutely not. Discord, nope. NFT collections, I also don't have any NFT collections, but be cool to create like the crypt or have some sort of undead themed collection here. All right, so what is my payment currency? Ooh, what is the max supply? I'm going to set a max supply. I'm going to put it to 1 billion SUC. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Done. And the initial supply will also be 1 billion. Edit delay. So this is the numbers of days that you could edit. I'm not going to have any delay because I want to be able to edit this at any time. Dun, dun, dun. Let's generate the DAO. You suck. Again, do not buy this. It sucks. I'm gonna approve the transaction just to have it created. Dun, 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 dun. Could view the transaction if I want on Flowdiver. Could it be 1 billion SUC minted? All right, fantastic. So now we have a DAO created. And again, Toucans isn't just for creating tokens. Like it is meant to create DAOs as well. And you could do a ton of really cool things directly in here. You go to the top right and you go to your DAO manager and then you go to your DAO page. You could set up pre-sales. You could also create a multisig. You could add multisig. If I go to manage DAO, I'll just show that real quick. You could add different signers to the multisig by just putting in their addresses here. You could set the threshold. If you set it to 2 and you have 3 people or 3 signers, every transaction, like when people want to get money out of the treasury, you have to have at least 2 people sign out of those 3 if you put the threshold as 2. And this is super useful if you have a community, if you want to make sure that you don't have too much power in the hands of one person that could rug everything, and to create more fairness. There's a ton of other stuff that you could do here. You can also do voting and have your community vote on chain for things that are important. So now we have the tokens. How do we get on IncrementFi? So the first thing I'm going to do is open a new tab and go to FlowFans Flow Token List. Go to this repo right here. It has in-depth instructions on what I need to do, how to fetch your Flow native token list. All right. So what I want to do is add a new token. And specifically, if I go to IncrementFi, what I want to be able to do is swap Flow or any of the other tokens for the new Suck token that I'm making. Of course, just because I created on Toucans and I minted those tokens doesn't mean that if I search for Suck, it's going to actually appear. In order to get it listed and actually purchasable, I'm going to have to create an LP or a liquidity pool, mapping one token or token X to token Y, which will be our Suck. Okay, so first thing is first. So what do I need? I need to have a logo and I need to have a token.json file. I could also include like metadata on, oh, here's the CoinGecko address, here's the website, etc. I'm going to do the bare bones right here. And what I have to do is after I gather all this information, I need to create a pull request, and the pull request has to include a new directory that is of this format, a.token mainnet address .token contract name. Now this format right here is how addresses are formulated on the Flow blockchain. It is a bit different than what you'll see on Ethereum. The deployer of the address is the token mainnet address here, and it always remains the same. So if one address deployed 5 different tokens, like Vampire token, Citadel, Crypto, it would all have the exact same root address, which is that of the deployer. For me, it would be this address. It's 0x67 blah, blah, blah. And then the contract name. What was the contract name? If we go back, it was Vampire, Vampire. So what this would look like is a.address, which I can just copy from here, .vampire. Okay, so what you're going to do is after signing into GitHub, if you do not have a GitHub account, it's super straightforward. Just go create one. And then when you're on this page, same page with the description down here of how to add a token, you simply press period. And what that'll do is it will open the web editor. First thing we want to do is go to token registry, right click. The name of this new folder needs to exactly match the address of the deployed contract. And it's a little bit different than EVM, how contract naming conventions work on Flow. You start off with A, signifying address, dot the address of the deployer, which is my wallet address minus the 0x. So let's add that. Remove the 0x. Dot contract name, which is Vampire. And you just type in Vampire. Now I've already added it, so it's giving me an error. We want to copy the exact same format of all the others, which is having a logo.png file. This should be compressed about 10 kilobytes, aim for that, and a token.json file that includes all the information that IncrementFi is going to use for your listing. What I will do is I'll directly copy this for sloppy stakes. I will create a new file. I'll call it token.json, want it to be identical. I already compressed my little Pepe Vampire image into a PNG file. Nice. Now in the token.json file, I paste. First thing I want to do is copy address. Again, that's this guy up here, address. Gonna paste that. Contract name, Vampire. Vault balance receiver. All I really need to do is change each one of these to Vampire. Vampire vault, Vampire metadata, and Vampire receiver. Where do I find this information? Well, I could simply look up the address itself. If I copy Vampire and go to contract browser, paste it directly in there. And if I look at the deployed contract, if I go to the very, very, very bottom, you'll find all the different paths listed here. So the vault storage path is Vampire Vault, the vault public path is Vampire metadata, and the receiver public path is Vampire receiver. Let me just quickly double check that that's all correct. Vampire Vault, Vampire metadata, Vampire receiver, perfect. The symbol is suck. The name is, let's call it Vampire Coin. 8 decimals. What we want to do here is update the URL. Again, don't include the 0x. Paste it in the link here. Leave the A, change the contract name to Vampire, and then leave it as logo.png so it knows where to find the image for the listing on the decentralized exchange. Tags, we'll call it a meme token or a meme coin. We don't have any extensions at all, so we're gonna leave that blank. And this looks awesome. The second thing that we have to do, and this is very important, is once this is all done, copy pasta, go into the source file, go under tokens, and edit the flow mainnet tokenless JSON. The ordering, I don't believe really matters here. Just find a spot in the array, paste your contracts information, and we are done. Now it is time to deploy. Type feat, short for feature, and the name of the coin, Vampire Coin. We're gonna commit the changes that we just made to the folders and files. I'll just call the branch Vampire. What this is doing is it's copying it over locally. Now I wanna do a pull request to merge this into the live code. What I need to do that is go back to source, click this. I'm going to leave it the same. This is the format they wanted in. Feature Vampire Coin, new token on on Flow. Click create. And voila, that's pretty much it. Now, if I go to this exact same page, if I go to pull requests, I'll be able to see my pull request right here, and I just need to wait for someone to go and approve it. All right, fast forward a couple minutes, and it looks like our pull request has been closed. Someone has approved it and merged the code into the repo. We're going to check in just a moment. One thing I want to highlight is, as of today, this is currently the way that you get tokens listed on IncrementFi. However, new and improved ways are currently being worked on that use the new token standards and will be a lot more user-friendly and hopefully not involve writing any code at all. So stay on the lookout for that. Let's head over to IncrementFi. My wallet is already connected from before. Let us check if I can buy Vampire. Suck is coming up. Fantastic. We are in there. But there's a problem. There's only a balance of 0 because I don't own any Suck, and I'm not able to trade anything no matter what I put in because the pair doesn't exist. So this means that there's no liquidity pool that consists of a pair of Flow and Suck. How do I get that? Or how do I create it, rather? I go under Swap, I click Create, and I choose the 2 tokens that I want people to be able to trade back and forth. Sometimes it's a stable coin. The main token that's traded on Flow is, of course, the native token, Flow. So I'm going to create a pair between that, which people could use to buy and sell Vampire Coin. So I'm going to select Flow, and then I'm going to select Vampire. And then I am going to create a volatile pair. And we are done. Now all we have to do is go to liquidity to actually create the liquidity pool that's going to be used for swaps and trades so people could buy and sell it. But I run into a problem. I'm not actually able to add any of the Vampire coin into it because in my wallet that's connected, I do not have any Vampire. How do I add Vampire from the treasury here? Well, good question. What I have to do is go to Toucans. I have to reconnect my wallet. Click the icon, go to DAO Manager. And what I want to do is select Distribute, put in the address that I'm going to send to, which is my wallet. put in the amount. So I'm going to put in 700 million. And then I select add, and then I create a withdraw action, and then I select approve. I've already done this, so it's going to, once you click that, it's going to appear in the actions queue, and it needs a signature. Again, because I'm the only signatory, there's only one signature required. I select approve. Yes, give me all the blood. And the transaction is sealed. If I go to IncrementFi, I select add liquidity. I select the 2 tokens that I want. I'll see that all the tokens were successfully transferred to my wallet. So I want to create a pair of flow to SEC, and I'm going to put in about 100 for the max supply. Now there's different heuristics. You have to do your tokenomics if you're trying to figure out like the initial supply that you want to add to the LP. And there's a ton of different considerations. Some people say best like heuristic practice is to put 0.5% of your anticipated market cap, but there's a lot of different calculations you have to make. Because this is purely for educational purposes, I'm putting completely random numbers here. All right, and then add. Yep. All the liquidity is here now. I can add more or remove the liquidity from here. And if I want to swap, just go to swap, put in the token. And if I want to swap, say 5, I would get a huge amount of Vampire coin, and it would have a huge price impact because there's so little initial liquidity added. That is all you need to do. Now, anyone could come and trade or swap your token for this pair. You could create more pairs if you wanted. Hope you really enjoyed this video. If you're interested in any other, educational content or want to learn how to do other things on Flow, just let me know in the comments below or shoot me a message on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.